course. Doc, it's Miller time.
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be brewing this from the Bible. Those of you who don't know, that's the Bible. Alright, now I take liberties with this, and I made this recipe my own. It's not going to be 3.8%. It's going to be more or less up in the 6% range. Alright, so yeah. So I took that, and as a home brewer, I'm going to doctor it up a bit. So we got 5 pounds of pale malt, or 2-row, and 12 ounces of Crystal 20. We got 2 ounces of East Kent Goldings instead of the hops that were in the book. And so one will be at 60, one will be at 15. And then we got the 3 pounds of pale ale dry malt extract, Irish moss. And this is new for me. Never used this yeast. Now this is Magro's Jack Liberty Bell yeast, M36. So basically both English and American pale ales, extra special bitters, and golden ales. So basically this is very versatile yeast for all those beers mentioned there. Okay, so we're going to be tossing that in today. Pot's on here. We're coming up to temperature. You can see that in there. You're at 120 right now. So bring you back for next when we start doughing in, or maybe, you know, whatever. Maybe when I do that hop additions. See how the captain and the first mate feel. So come along for the adventure. Alright guys, I just doughed in. I'm just giving a little mix. This is going to be probably a pretty pale beer from the color, from the grains. So we'll have a light colored beer. It is a summer ale after all. Alright, so we striked in at probably about 158. It shot up there. I just shut the heat off, but it shot up to 160, damn it. What do you want to do? Alright, so it says 159, 160. Alright, so I'm just gonna let this, you know, you want it to really sit at 150 ideally, but I always shoot high because I know that when you dump the grains in, it's going to drop, and then you're going to have some temperature drop as it sits for the hour. But what are you going to do, right? So I'm hoping that when I pull this out of the oven, it'll still be at 150, not below, because it is a pretty chilly day here in South Jersey. Freaking 35-degree wind chill the day before Mother's Day, really. Alright, so I'm going to set the timer on the clock for an hour. Hour. Let me get the lid on. Lid on. Now, I might just let that sit there. Well, you know what? I'm going to get it in the oven anyway. And again, I preheated my oven for just 1 minute to get it nice and warm. And that's about it. And we'll stick this in the oven with my 2 hands, because I can't record at the same time. And me and the first mate, we're going to do some housebound duties while this does its thing, right? And we'll see you back in an hour. Alright. First mate's got himself a drink. And I just finished fly sparging. Just letting it drip. And got the heat turned up. Wait for this thing to start coming up to the boil, and then we're going to add the first hop addition, which will be 1 ounce of the East Kent Goldings. So once this finishes dripping out and it starts getting a nice rolling boil, we'll add the hops. We approach the boil, and start mixing a little bit before we have a super duper overflow here. Just move some of this foam around for the hot break. Let this settle down for a second. Make sure, because if I stop moving this foam, to go grab my hot bag because I have one hand, obviously. I'm not using the tripod. You can have a mess. I don't think my wife would like a mess before Mother's Day. Alright, there we go. We got reached the hop break. May have another one when I throw these hops in. Alright, 60-minute hop edition. Put the timer on the clock for an hour. Here we go. It's in. Boom. Come back in the last 15 minutes and we'll do the next hop edition. Will be the last 15 with the Irish moss. Oh, look at that. Isn't she pretty? Boiling away. Captain Bailey's Ale. Oh yeah. 15 minutes on the end of the boil. Hop drop. Irish moss. Teaspoon of Irish moss. Alright. 15 more minutes to go. Then we'll go to flame out. Add the dry malt extract. And we're good to go. Then we're going to start chilling down. Alright. So we reached the end of the boil. And wort chiller's in. The DME's already been mixed in. So now it's just I go like this and just, you guys seen me do this I don't know how many times before, but hey. So here you go, and I just keep mixing until it gets down to about 80 degrees. And then I top it up with some really cold, ice cold water that's in the fridge. And yeah, and then I'll bring you back. And when we pitch the yeast, or actually before we pitch the yeast, I'm gonna take a gravity reading and see what we're at. All right, guys. First meat. Yeah, the captain got this thing in the fermenter. That's what she looks like. And we're sitting at, oh, where is it? Oh. All right, so my numbers were supposed to be at like 1057. We overshoot that big time, so, well, not by much, but so that's 1060. You know, it's bubbles are kind of in the way, so I don't know, maybe 1062 or something, maybe 1062, maybe 1064. I keep moving the camera. I'm sorry, I'm trying to look at it at the same time. So yeah, about 1062. I'm gonna call it a 1062 because you know it's hovering there. So yeah. All right, another brew day in the bucket. All right, I'm done. I'm spent. I'm tired. Got some cleanup to do, obviously. Other than that, I'll bring you back in 2 weeks. We're gonna pitch the yeast, and like I said, we're using that Mangroves Jack's yeast. See how it works. Maybe it'll be our go-to yeast for these type of beers. So hope you enjoyed the video. Until we do it again, my friends, remember, let's set sail.